Hi, I'm Shay.
And I'm Shealyn.
I like that you're copying. Yeah. And today on Shay's Spirit Lounge, we are doing Sinister, which, as Shaylin pointed out, sent me a text last night saying that it was the scariest movie according to science.
Yes.
I do not agree with that. Sorry.
Within that test group, I mean, what were they testing? The heart rates, So
yeah, it was like heart. I read part of it. It was like their heart rates and stuff, and I was like, "Did you test old people?" They're like their resting heart rate was at like 65. Mine is at 80 something. Like all this. Whose resting heart rate? I know I'm gonna have a heart attack soon. Whose resting heart rate is 65?
I don't know. I'll do mine for the episode. I don't.
Well, I think on my watch, it tells me my heart rate.
Well, this is wrapping up our Ethan Hawke love fest that you've developed your major crush on him. Ooh,
yes, this
for the month of September,
our Ethan Hawke marathon.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke.
And then next month, the month of Halloween. See, it's not even October. It's the month of Halloween. It's going to be our favorite final girl, Jamie Lee Curtis. So that'll be good.
Yeah,
that'll be good.
Very excited. I love her. But yeah, Sinister. I actually had never seen it before. Watching this,
neither have I.
Director Scott Derrickson. Great movie. You just have to pay attention, and I'm terrible at that. So like I kept having to go back and I kept having to restart it and everything.
Right?
Now I could probably recite the movie at this point. But it did really well. Budget of $3 million. It made about $87.7 million at the box office. So
I mean, I will say it's a good scary movie, I felt. But okay, so I guess the premise of it. So it's this author, this has-been, who
washed up. What do they call it?
Washed up has-been. He wrote one good novel, tried to write a couple others. They did not do well. But he
true crime novels.
Crime novels. And then he went to fiction because the true crime freaked his family out. So
yeah. Well, he also had a habit of like living near where it happened.
You don't need to do that.
Level. He moves into the house that it happened in this one. So yeah,
lies to his wife.
I know, right? Well, she did say don't tell me.
On a technicality.
Yeah, he got away with it on a technicality. But any wife would definitely be mad after that, especially how the kids had to find out. And the tree scene, like behind me.
Yes.
The family hanging themselves, like you wouldn't want to be looking out your window at that tree and be like, oh, what a lovely tree.
And that's where the family got hung. Not that they hung themselves, they got hung.
Hanged.
But cool.
What did they say? Hanged? I always think it's weird.
Hung.
I always think it's hung, but it's hanged.
I guess the past tense for specifically hanging like that would be hanged.
Yeah.
Not like they hung from something like a chandelier. Like a monkey. I guess it makes it different.
Yeah.
Grammar, please.
But the little but yeah, so he's trying really hard. He wants to replicate what was his other Kentucky Blood. Was it Kentucky?
Something like that, yeah.
His big hit that he had years past. I always wonder like how much money do these authors make on these big hits that like then that's all they're doing. Well, Ethan Hawke can't do anything else in this movie. That's his job, he's a true crime writer. So he's a
fucking egomaniac. Like, but like who has all these videos of like all their interviews and then goes back and watches them over and over again?
He's living in the past slightly. But yes, he's in a dark place, literally, figuratively. He moves into this house. There's just a box of 8mm videos in the attic that he happens to put in, and they are of this demon Mr. Boogie.
Mr. Boogie.
Yeah, Mr. Boogie. Like I don't know. He's trying to figure it out. Like he's like, what is tying these particular families together? Yeah. Of course, by the time they realize that, he's already made the big mistake of moving out of the house, which seems to perpetuate the demon to take over one of the children. I don't know. Like,
well, let's be real. I think they already were with her, like drawing the hanged
the little girl
family on the wall and whatnot.
Yeah, and so that is how this demon works. He feeds off one of the more vulnerable children, takes their soul, and then ends up convincing them to kill their family. So that is scary, like kids are creepy enough. This is even creepier. So I mean that scene with the little boy coming out of the box and like the
I know. I
backwards
was like,
crawl.
what is that?
No, that was inspired by Scott Derrickson's son did that in real life. He also has night terrors. So the fact that happened in real life makes it even scarier, all the more reason not to procreate, because then you're gonna have a creepy ass kid.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
When Maddie was young and The Grudge came out.
Oh no.
Randomly, we're on the bus. She's like 3 or 4, and she just started going,
no.
And I was like, what the hell?
Which is funny that you mentioned The Ring. That inspired this movie as well. Whereas in The Ring, it's only one creepy movie.
I meant to say the Grudge, but yes.
Yeah, when she comes down. The Ring is also very scary. We've done that movie before. I think it still holds. I watch it probably once a month,
actually. And I'm more torn that the boyfriend or ex-husband or the father of the boy died. Like, I'm mad about that.
Ooh, why? You wanted to see his book haircut more? Or
well, because he had an arc. His whole character was like he was this crappy person, and then he started. Okay, he's going to be there, and he's going to be like a dad, and he's going to do the things, and then he died.
Yeah, and then. But yeah, what notes do you have on this? I mean,
so Sinister was inspired by A Nightmare and The Ring. Obviously, because that's a creepy ass movie. So I did think it was funny. There's a cute thing. So all the child actors, when they came to set, this is what I envisioned like our children would be like. So they're all hanging out on set and then going, how did you kill your parents? And how did you kill your parents? How did you kill
my kid starts talking like that, and then I'm locking them in a room and
because each one had their own story with how they killed their parents. So they're like swapping stories.
It's like, okay, don't try this at home.
I actually thought that was adorable.
Of course you do, because you're messed up in the head. But no comment.
Whatever. You like my weirdness. Shut up. You love me. Oh, there's a little cameo of so we have in this movie is obviously the main star is Ethan Hawke, but Vincent D'Onofrio is like a little
that's right.
In the computer. He's little
the professor.
Yes. In it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But cool.
Well, and the cop, we've seen the cop before. I know him best from The Wire, that TV show, but one of the best TV shows of all time. But we just saw him in Black Phone. The Wire is so good.
So this is what bothers me about this movie. Okay, we're just going to fast forward to the end where everybody dies. So his little girl kills him and is like, I'm going to make you famous again, daddy. And then like chops his head off.
Freaking.
Okay, so what bothers me about this is like no one lives. I have no payoff at the end of this thing. Like we're in it, where there's a thriller, there's jump scares, there's stuff. Everyth's dark.
But isn't that the payoff?
But there's no payoff.
The payoff is it continues and it's going to go happen to another family.
Okay, at least is the cop in it from it? Like, does he? Because he has clues. He knows things, not the entire thing, but he has like ideas. Does he come? We didn't see part 2, so we're hanging on by a thread now. Of like this.
Was it part 2 or was it?
There was part 2.
A remake. Oh, okay.
No, they have Sinister part 2.
Oh,
I don't know how it continues because we've killed everyone.
Yeah, it'd just be a new family, I would imagine. But
I can't. That's too much anxiety for me. I just can't. I need to have some payoff, like Hostel. I had to have that payoff to wrap it all up and go, okay, I can handle this movie. This movie, I cannot handle.
Why do I disappear? I don't know. I lifted up my arm, scratched my keel hole, my lice in my hair, and
you just disappear. Like that.
Ethan Hawke did it. He was like, "Get out of here."
Obviously. What do you want? What do we want to give it?
What are we rating it? I mean, we got to rate it Ethan Hawke's, of course.
Didn't we just? No, we didn't do Ethan Hawke's. Did we? Did we do Ethan Hawke's for one? We did a Black Phone.
No, but it's Ethan Hawke Love Fest. So I mean, you gotta do. Or Kentucky Blood. I don't know.
Or 8mm films.
Yeah, I'd like Ethan Hawke.
Okay, fine with the Ethan Hawks. How many Ethan Hawks do you give this film?
This is hard because I know it's some people's cup of tea when it comes to horror, and it's not like my kind of horror movie, but it.
Well, this is all about you right now. So
yeah. Well, isn't everything, you know?
I know.
Like, edit that out.
Oh, I'm not in.
You're
It's at the
that.
end.
I know you're not. I know. I am going to give it.
I just hit my tooth.
I'm gonna say 3.5. Ethan Hawke.
I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna say 3. I don't even give it a 0.5. I don't like that there's no hero. I don't like that.
I mean, I do like the idea, the creepiness of it just going and happening to another family. So then you're
right,
like,
so unknown, families just like, oh yeah, like, oh my God. And she poisoned him. Like, that shit got crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like,
yeah, poison's always like great in movies. It's like, again, when I scratch my head. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got for you about this.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got. The young actors met and the blah blah blah. Let's see.
What's something with my arms?
Yeah, when you do this, I think you lean back a little bit.
I'm not leaning back. No, I'm
like
not.
You are.
No, my body is the same. Look. What if
You're just disappearing? Okay, great.
That's very weird.
All right, well, then follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, like, subscribe, share, and do all the things. And, until next time.
Yeah. But anyway.
We need to watch all the Critters because Billy Zane is in Critters 1. So it's a tie.
Your favorite, your other crush between Ethan Hawke,
my main
Kevin
crush.
Bacon,
it's the main crush.
Billy Zane. I don't know how you keep up with all these guys.
I don't know either. Apparently, it's like a rotating door. It's fine.
But
I
don't know. I don't have
He's a constant. Everyone else is like flavor of the month. I'll get over Ethan Hawke, and it's all about Billy Zane again. That's how that works.